Okay, YouTube, this is going to be some videos about an old subject that I felt for some reason inspired to make a video on. But I felt inspired to make a video on this having to do with after watching a video by Vince Russo. And I'm not really Vince Russo here. This isn't about Vince Russo, but he was talking about this, and I take a different stance than him, and I don't think even he believes this. I think this is largely to do with the fact that he doesn't like this guy because he has been very negative towards him and so on. And I'm not a fan of the guy either. But this is from a news story that was over a year and a half ago, happened over a year and a half ago, having to do with there's this guy who is essentially he's like a dirt sheet writer. If you've ever heard of that, it's pretty much the same thing as a gossip rag where he basically he talks about wrestling. He's obsessed with wrestling, and he's pretty much a mark. He's a mark for wrestling, is what he is. But this is going to be a video on when he was basically ridiculed and condemned for a what I thought were really trivial, almost innocent statement he had made about Peyton Royce that I thought was pointless. Um, and I was offended, but no, I was offended. I was offended he didn't have the balls to stand by his comment. Actually, that's what I was offended about because, in my point of view, from my point of view, he didn't say anything wrong. Females are constantly talking about what kind of guys they like. Females talk about what kind of men they like. But he made the fucking comment that he thought um, Peyton Royce was more attractive when she was a little bit lighter in NXT. Now he could have been talking about thinner. He might have been talking about breast implants. And of course, I'm not going to lie to you. I think that all of this isn't exactly what you would expect from a supposed journalist. And the guy is incompetent. I'm never saying he isn't, but regardless, he was essentially bullied by these people. Basically, wrestlers, a bunch of different wrestlers took to bullying this guy, Dave Meltzer, because he made what was a trivial, innocent comment about females. And this goes back to a larger issue with a lot of feminism, and I've had to deal with people about this before and other things too. And it's basically it's like, okay, what is He-Man versus Barbie? Did wrestlers not for years suffer side effects and from years of steroid use? Um, did steroids not affect lots of males? Did right now Finn Balor, him having an 8 pack? Do you not think that's a hard to live up to standard that could be dangerous and a difficult precedent to set for young men? You could argue the same damn thing, but females will talk about a guy being out of shape. Men and people who talk about sports will talk about a boxer or someone being out of shape if you're a guy. But when it's a female, you can't say that. You can't say she was better in the ring when she was a little bit lighter. And that's how from what I interpreted or understood him to say, that's what he said, was that she was better in the ring. And that's his job. Well, it's not really a job, but it's what he does. I wouldn't call it much of a job, but it's what he does. But anyways, the point is, so you're going to then make the precedent that what should you do, starve yourself to death? And of course, she's not out of shape. So I don't know what the guy's talking about, and that's not important. But what is important is they're talking about dangerous precedents for young women. What should she do, starve herself to death? Well, again, when you have these men out here who have 8-pack muscles, who are on steroids, some of them, and they're doing all kinds of things to lose weight and to gain muscle, is that not a dangerous precedent for men? Was there not a kid once that I remember watching a documentary about called Little Hercules, who was a boar that was put on steroids by his parents? He was literally put on antibiotic steroids by his parents, and he was overly muscular. So essentially, he was a child bodybuilder. Could that not be dangerous to him and his health? But that's okay. But it's not. And then you have all these other women, all these other female wrestlers, and some of the men coming out of the woodwork to attack this guy. And I know why they're really attacking him. It's ultimately to score. One, it's because they're trying to sell a feminist image to the media, to mass market their shit product, because they're no good. So they have to do things like that to get people to watch or to try to get any kind of support. And no one's watching. That's why they're down to 2 million people with shit like this. And this is a larger problem with a lot of the Democratic Party that is now running, by the way, a serial sexual harasser and sexual person accused of sexual misconduct with Joe Biden. But it's a big part of the Democratic Party and the feminist movement. And it's also a problem in wrestling. And this is why wrestling fans that were mainly male no longer watch. And this is why a lot of people don't watch. But this is bullying. What he said about her was not bullying. What he said about her was not really inappropriate. That was his opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We all have one. He had a right to his opinion. I have a right to my opinion. But they didn't take en masse to bully this guy. And that's what they were doing, was bullying him. They're attacking this guy. They're condemning him. Someone called him a pile of hot garbage, pile of hot. Damn, what the hell is wrong with me? They called him a pile of hot garbage. They said that he was just talk all kinds of shit about him. Negative. He apologized twice, and then apologized not once but twice. Basically, gave 2 apologies, and then they don't accept the fucking apology. And then you even have Vince Russo talking about, because he said at some point he understands the pressure put on females in the entertainment industry. Again, see, what is He-Man versus Barbie? But once again, regardless of all that, he understands the pressures of women, but you can't understand that. Even Vince Russo is saying this. You can't understand that because you're not a female. So then you can't understand that. But then why is females commenting on and talking about the issues concerning men? Why are they okay for them to talk about men? Why is it okay for them to talk about men and toxic masculinity and what it must mean to be a man and what it is being a man? Well, you're doing the same thing. And here's the thing, by the way. You're never going to outlive this. The Democratic Party, when you learn why you're not winning in elections, and when the fucking wrestling finally learns why they're losing fans and why the men no longer watch them and why they've lost fans and they're down to 2 million people 10 years from now, you're never going to outlive this. And I'll tell you why you're never going to outlive this, because if nothing else, I will fucking not let you outlive it. Live it. 10 years from now, I will do a blog on you and what you said 10 years ago about men. 10 years ago about me, 10 years ago about other people. I will do a blog on you about how you wasted trillions of dollars of money looking for imaginary Russians. I will do a blog on you about the recovery memory syndrome bullshit that is a pseudoscience that doesn't exist, and the shit with Kavanaugh. I will do a blog on you and you now running Biden. And I think you're already starting to try to back away from some of this. I really do on some level. But you know what? You're not going to be able to. You know why? Because I will do that blog and I will make sure you can never outlive your stupidity. And I will do a blog on you, and I will do a blog on you bullying this guy. I will do that blog. You have my word on that, because I can be as spiteful as you, and I will do a blog 10 years from now so you can never outlive your stupidity. What the hell is wrong with you people? Again, fuck political correctness, and you're going to lose another election, and that's why I don't watch wrestling, and I don't even know who this is. Peyton Wurst, however you say her name. I don't even know who she is. Don't care who she is. I don't watch much new wrestling. I didn't even watch the old shit for a while there. I stopped even watching older wrestling for a while there. So again, I don't know, but I do know this. I saw pictures of her. She's obviously not out of shape, and that makes this even worse. If she actually was out of shape and she was out of shape and he was saying this, I would feel probably a little bit bad for her. I might even be able to understand someone saying, "Hey, man, you're an asshole." She's not. That's what makes this even more ridiculous. And he didn't say, "Hey, gee, man, she's blown up to the size of a balloon." No, he said she's slightly heavier. And he was largely, from my opinion, and some people say, well, you know, she said attractive. Well, okay, well, let's say he really is talking about physically attractive and not attractive in the ring. Okay, well, men have different preferences than women. Women do men. Don't women always talk about men, what kind of men they like? So why is it okay for women to women-splain? And again, you can't even, women-splaining isn't even a fucking word. I tried putting that together in a fucking comment. They literally will not add women-splaining the fucking word. But mansplaining is, and you click, why is it redline? What is the typo? Mansplaining. So mansplaining is okay. So why is it I can't mansplain when I'm a fucking man, okay, and I have to live with you, and I have to deal with your shit, whatever it is. I have to deal with feminism because that is shaping the world I live in and shaping my life as I live it. But you can woman-splain and you can tell me all you want about me and what I should do and what I should look like and what's wrong with men and toxic masculinity and everything else. You don't think that's a tad bit hypocritical? But again, he wasn't even talking about that. He's a fucking 60-year-old fucking idiot who thinks wrestling's real. Or I'm sorry, he was like 58 then. But you know what? Basically, 60-year-old man who thinks wrestling's real and he's obsessed with it. But that's not a crime, okay? That's not a crime. It's just stupid. But you attacking this man and harassing him and bullying him and not accepting his apology, not wanting to be the bigger man or woman or idiot, really. Idiot, because that's what you're being and that's what you are. You being an idiot. And Seth Rollins with his deviated septum and his fucking nasally voice talking about -6 stars, Dave, because he does a 5-star ratings and shit. You know how bogus that is, how lame that is? This is the kind of crap I would expect him to say, Dave Meltzer to say. That's like stupid shit I would expect these people to say. And you have Vince Russo not being able to put that behind him for whatever reason and rise above that and do the same thing Disco Inferno does, and that's basically defend him. That's his fucking opinion. That's politically correct bullshit is what that is. But, you know, it's what is it? Yeah, you man up, a woman up. These wrestlers need to be the bigger man or woman. And when he apologizes, accept his damn apology, not do what Tyler Breeze fucking did. Okay, who again is trying to get attention. No one in the fucking business hasn't been on TV in like 2 years. When he was on TV, he was a part of a job or a comedy tag team. And go after this guy when there's no reason for you to attack or go after this guy. It's wrong and it's not okay. And again, this is nothing but them trying to suck up to Vince McMahon because he did blow the whistle on the steroid abuse scandal that did affect men, and I think is a hell of a lot more dangerous than telling a girl she's a little bit overweight. But that steroid abuse scandal back in the 80s and early 90s, he blew the fucking whistle on that one. And he's dissed them before, so this is their way of getting back at him and attacking him because a lot of people behind the scenes don't like Dave Meltzer. And then guess what? I don't really like Dave Meltzer, but that's neither here nor there. This is corrupt bullshit, and it's another way of scoring brownie points and trying to look like big feminists and you're empowering women. But no, here's the thing. You and a lot of feminists, you don't empower women because empowering women are saying, you're a big girl now. You're an adult fucking woman. You can fucking take care of your shit. You don't need someone else. You don't need to have someone else come to your rescue, and you don't need to throw a tantrum every time someone says the least negative thing about you. Because if you go on the internet, as I do, people are going to do that because they always do me. And I have been trolled by so many damn people and harassed by feminists as well as Republicans and all kinds of people. And you know what I do? Do I throw fucking tantrums? Do I fucking goddamn get a bunch of other people and go after them and tell everyone they're misogynists? Try to have them censored or, you know, sue them or something, or sue the person or something like Ryan sat and tried to sue Vince Russo because this is a childlike behavior these kinds of people go into and they have. No, I don't do that. I move the fuck on. I say fuck you and I move on. And you know what? By the way, that would have been okay if all it was Peyton Royce or a few of these people saying Dave Meltzer's an asshole. I wouldn't have a problem. When you have loads of these people, hordes of these people coming after this guy and bullying this one long fucking journalist on the damn internet, and that's what they were doing again, is bullying him. Now you have a problem. Again, you're a big girl now, okay? That's empowering. That's empowerment. You don't have to fucking let it get to you. If you don't like what the guy says, forget about the motherfucker and move on. He's just some idiot in there. And Vince Russo's right about that. Why do you pay so much attention or give so much credence, positive or negative, to what something this guy has to say anyways? But no, you couldn't have done that. And again, I know this is an old subject I'm talking about, and it was a year and a half ago, and I don't know why. I just got it in my brain. I wanted to get this off my chest. But it's absolute bogus bullshit. And that's not empowering women. That's disempowering them. And that's robbing them of their agency as an adult, human being as an adult, to deal with their shit. This is fucking stupid. If you don't like what the guy has to say, don't listen to him. That's all. You know, I don't like what a lot of people have to say. I didn't like the fact that every damn week for 5 fucking years, you found some way to slap a dude in wrestling every week. I thought that was bullshit. But you know what? Did I fucking try to sue you, or did I fucking attack you and have mobs of people go attack you? No. You know what? And part of that is I don't have the fucking platform you do, because you are people of some high profile, of some influence and high profile. Not the high profile you people have built yourself up to think you have, because believe me, you're not. Okay, you have 2 million viewers. Okay, you have 2 million fans that watch you on a weekly basis. Okay, let's not kid ourselves here. You're not this famous. You're not some famous fucking people. You're not. But you have more influence than he does, and you're damn sure more than I do. So you can do shit like that and get away with it. And it's bogus, fake shit. And again, 10 years from now, I'm going to remind you of how you bullied this guy. And I will make sure you can never outlive your stupid shit. 8666.